What's that? No. This is a separate video, guys. Wife's trying to get me to put my maple syrup stuff on. This is a separate video. All right, guys, welcome back to the Jack Homestead. My name's Chris.
My name is Mrs. Jack.
Mrs. Jack, Donna. So anyway, we're going to do our 2024 goals this season. Tell you what we're looking to get, and hopefully things will work out. What's the first topic today?
Bees.
Bees.
Which is all Mr. Jack.
Yes, I got some bad news about the bees. I checked the hive last week or 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, a little over a week ago. And my small hive, I believe all the bees are dead in there. I looked in the top and there was a layer of dead bees all at the top. So it's not looking very good. But we still,
about the second one.
Yeah, I haven't checked this. I looked in there. There was a couple dead bees in the top. So hopefully, thumbs up, we'll get something. But we'll still be able to harvest the honey out of the small hive.
What do you want to do with the bees this year?
Yeah, so this year, I'm going to buy new hives for the bees. I'm going to get some new supers, get rid of the supers that I have. Well, I ain't going to get rid of them. I'll hang on to them in case they swarm, or I want to try to split a hive or something like that. Anyway, so I want to get new beehives for the bees, and I'll probably end up definitely buying another set. So yeah, that's about all I can say about the bees.
Are we gonna get honey out of it?
We should be able to get honey out of both. If they're both didn't make it, we'll definitely get honey out of what they didn't consume over the winter.
Do you think it's enough to keep for us and to give away, or?
I'm not sure yet. I have to look. So, yeah. But yeah, I think it was my fault. Plus, I don't think I had the right setup for the winter. A gentleman online told me to put newspapers on. I feel that I put the newspapers on there and then put the sugar on the top for them in case they ran out of honey at the end of winter, to hold them over till they could get out and make more honey and get their nectar and all that other stuff. But I feel that I wanted to get some hay bales to pile up, not right up tight to them, but on the outside of them, to maybe windbreak. Yeah, windbreak. Plus, I need to get some queen extruder, something like that. There's a particular name on it.
Still learning.
Yeah, what that does is keeps the queen at the bottom and the brooder box down at the bottom, the super in the bottom, where she stays down there, and the other ones are for their honey and their food storage and for us to consume. So, yeah, that's all I got for bees.
Well, the next thing I have is your maple syrup.
Yes, the maple syrup season's going quite well. I just did boil number 3, which I'm looking to possibly have at least 3 to 4 gallons of sap or syrup. Yeah, it was quite the length. They had about 150 gallons of sap to boil off. I did that, finished it today. And I still probably going to have more for the weekend. So this will be also on my maple syrup video too. We'll be collecting sap tomorrow morning.
He's almost sold out of what he has already made.
Yeah, what I've already have made. People have been buying it, and new people we meet.
There was 2 more bottles down at the farm stand, unless somebody's gotten them since we checked.
Yeah, we did. I forgot about that farm stand too. So, hey, if you're local in this area, in the Bradford County area, Sullivan County, border Sullivan County, or Susquehanna County, feel free to stop by our stand. We got free range chicken eggs down there. Soon to have duck eggs, and we have maple syrup. So, and then in the summertime, we
have lots of goodies.
Yeah, we'll have
garden goodies and flowers, fresh flowers.
Yeah, and so take a look and there's a box down there. You can put the cash in there, or you can send us Cash App, or
a lot of people Venmo.
Yeah, Venmo or PayPal, whichever you have. All the information's down there on the board down there at the stand.
So tell them what you're gonna do this year, because you want to make things easier.
As far as yes, the tubing, guys. I got to tell you, Mrs. Jack got me a tubing for maple syrup, 5/16 tubing. It was 100 foot. Seems like a lot, but it really isn't a lot. But I'll tell you what, it makes things a whole lot easier. Now I wish that Theo's playing with a pen. So I wish that I had my sugar shack down in the meadow, because I could pipe everything to go right to the sugar shack and gravity fed, because there's quite a drop from the top here down to the meadow. But man, it's so much easier. I have 5 taps on that 100-foot line. I could have put 6, but it only came with so many fittings. But yeah, it makes, all I got to do is go up to the barrel that I got there, take a 5-gallon pail, take it out, put it in the collection tank. So much easier. The other, yep, and hopefully, if things work out, I'm going to get a new pan. I'll put a picture of it up here in the one of the corners. Yeah, so it's called a Dauntless. It's made by Smoky Lake. They do different size pans all the way up to commercial units. I'm not getting that big. The reason why I want to go with this new one is because it's a divided pan. It has float box and also has a sight glass on it. With the divided pan, I could make syrup faster instead of having to wait 2 days to do 150 gallons, because it's a flat pan. It's one batch. I make my syrup in batches, and it also, you can I believe with the divided pans, you can see in the beginning how it's usually like a golden colored maple syrup. Our maple syrup's not quite that color. It's a nice amber color throughout the whole season. A little darker at the end, but yeah, that's what my plan is, and to get more tubing. So that's the plan for the 2025 season for maple syrup. Mrs. Jack's been helping me out quite a couple times. She went out and fed the fire for me when I went to the grocery store, and I had to run some errands.
Jack got up early this morning, and he has been out there since early this morning and just came in. So that tells you how much time it takes to do syrup. And that was just cooking today.
Yeah, and that doesn't include yesterday.
Yeah, it didn't include yesterday, the day before preparing, all the times he runs around and collects sap in between. So it's a lot of work.
It is.
So everybody knows.
And yeah, donations are nice, when you get the syrup. I mean, I know I sell it, but I like to call it donations, because it just goes to the stuff that I use for that. So we'll have 12-ounce bottles, 8-ounce bottles. We are going to try to sell it in gallons if I can make enough. It depends on how much I make. It's probably going to be mainly the 8 and the 12-ounce bottles. Those prices, they'll be down there. So next on the list
is pigs. You all know that we did pigs for the first time last spring. We got 2 males. One was for us, one was for my brother-in-law, Jeff. We love the process. We love the pigs.
Oh, your mic's dead. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, we'll just do this.
So, you all know that we ended up getting them harvested at the end of the year, and we have been living on pork products all winter
chicken,
long.
Venison.
And They were delicious. I've given some to my mom, and she thought it was some of the best meat that she's had. My sister also, my daughter also. His family has some because Jeff already has his own, but we want to do it again this year. So we're getting two more. I think that's perfect for us. I really would not like to
Yeah,
go over more than two.
yeah,
And I'll tell you for multiple reasons, but these two are going to be for us. Um, we will possibly sell a couple of things if we get enough meat back. We are starting a little bit earlier this year to hopefully get the weight up on our pigs.
yeah. In April,
Um,
they're supposed to be the end of April. They should be ready to pick up. So
and I thought they were huge. Um, I was really, really scared to get pigs,
she was nervous.
but it was a great experience. They were the sweetest things. I actually miss seeing them. I would
Yeah.
go over, collect eggs, and go over and give them each an egg because it was their favorite treat. And I miss them. But they got really big and they made really scary sounds and they were strong. They would
Yeah,
push on you.
yeah,
And I didn't like that. Not to be aggressive, don't get me
yeah.
wrong. They
They're
weren't aggressive.
just
It was
big
like they
pigs.
wanted to play, rub against you.
You know.
And it's a little scary when it's a
Yeah.
huge animal like that.
And they didn't squeal a lot unless they hit the
No, they
electric
would
fence.
bark. Well, hello, Frankie. Come here. Come here. So, they well, how big did they get? Do you remember?
Jimmy Dean was 170 pounds. No, 160. And Kevin Bacon was a little over 175 pounds. So, which is not, I mean, for a pig, that's, we got enough meat.
Yeah.
Definitely love the bacon. But anyway, that's next year. I want to push 200.
No.
Usually 200 is a good weight for pig processing. Yields good quality.
So we
meat.
did already call our gentleman that we buy our pigs from, and we have them reserved. So in April we'll be getting them, and we're moving them. If you already know our channel, we discussed where we put them out back in our woods to clear a huge area, which they did. They did an excellent job clearing the area. And Mr. Jack is in the process of, we thinned it out. We still have work to do, but he wants to put a camping area in there. We have a huge tent that people can use to camp out there.
Yeah, the grandkids or
right.
whoever wants to come up and
right. And we have a fire pit back there. I think we should put the picnic table probably back there. A nice little camping area that people can hang out or the kids can hang out. So they did a great job doing that. So what we did is now they're going to be moved. They're going to be further away from the house because right before we got them butchered, they were really starting to stink.
Yeah. Well, the wind usually,
and they were close to the house.
The wind usually comes out of the northwest, which is that way. For some reason last year, the wind came right pretty much out of the north. And
by the end, I didn't want to go out on the deck. It smelled so bad. Yeah. But anyway, they're being moved now further away near Mr. Jack's Sugar Shack.
On the opposite side of where they were at, but farther back into the woods.
So they'll be behind the chicken coop and back by the compost, back that area. And we're hoping they can help us clear that out because that's a mess too. We're trying to clean up our woods, right? Just basically right around our house. We do have some things in the future that maybe we would like to do in those areas, but that's a way future goal. So we're doing pigs again. Turkeys. We had turkeys for the first time last year. We had 4 turkeys. We already told you we made the mistake. 2 butchered too early. We had somebody do it for us. So we decided that the 2 we kept we were going to butcher ourselves for the very first time. And I think we did a great job for our first time. We did one mistake and it kind of wasn't our fault. We probably weren't prepared. We will be this year um, to do the turkey. I would
Oh
definitely
yeah,
butcher the turkey ourselves
yeah, yeah.
because it was not bad at all.
No, it was. It was quite easy. It was about 20 minutes to a half hour. It took. It was our first time, so.
Yeah,
But now that we know what we're doing,
right. So
definitely
that'll
need a
be.
bigger stock pot for that purpose. But for blanching to take the feathers off, but that's another story.
But anyway, so we want to do turkeys again because I love turkey and we ate all 4 turkeys.
Yeah. Well, there's
So
turkey legs out there, and I think there's turkey
wings.
thighs and wings still in the freezer.
But so anyway, we're gonna do more turkeys.
Yeah, we're gonna do
Mr. Jack
7,
says 7 turkeys this
and
year.
then we're gonna get.
We're gonna get hopefully 2 pet turkeys. Now, I didn't think I would ever want pet turkeys, but the turkeys that we had that we were raising for meat, they were the sweetest birds. They are sweeter than my chickens,
Yeah.
sweeter than my ducks.
Yeah, between them and the pigs,
Yes, they
the
were
two
so
easiest
sweet.
animals to raise for yourself.
Yeah.
Not
They were
overboard.
so sweet.
It was the
And
pigs
another
the
thing I
turkeys.
really liked about them was the big Tom. He would alert my ducks and my chickens when he would see something, and they would run. I mean, he was a great in my mind. He was
Yeah.
a great protector as far as alerting them.
Yeah,
But the pet ones will be free ranging.
yeah, they'll just free range. And
Yeah.
they'll be our guardian turkeys.
Yeah.
We'll get a male and a female, and
Yeah. But, I'm still doing a lot of research on that because I've heard that the heritage ones are they're hard, like the broad-breasted whites are supposed to be the sweetest turkeys.
yeah, they usually
of
but
course.
they get so
but
big that they
right, you can't keep them long
yeah,
or they'll die.
Yeah, they're made for
Eating.
Yeah,
they grow fast and
they're like the Cornish cross
of
chickens.
the chickens. Yeah, they grow super fast, and if you decide not to cull them, they'll die. They'll suffer because
they won't be able to walk.
They can't hold themselves, their weight up. So, but anyway, so hopefully we're gonna get some pet turkeys also. Meat birds we're doing again. This will be our third year of meat birds.
Yeah.
But Mr. Jack has decided, which I think is a good idea too, probably, because come the end of the season, there's a lot going on between the garden, Mr. Jack needing to cut the grass and maintaining everything. We decided that we're going to do all the meat birds at once. We used to do 25 and then another 25. We're not going to do that this time. We're going to do a whole set all at once, so that because it's what 8 weeks that we keep them.
8 to 9 weeks.
So 8 weeks, and we'll be done worrying about taking care of them. And by the time we get them butchered, we'll have the turkeys, and then the turkeys will be until November. So
right. So. And then we point out, well, my goal for that is try to get 75 meat chickens.
And another thing is the meat birds are a lot more care than the meat turkeys. They don't eat as much. No. The turkeys, they don't drink as much. The meat birds, you're constantly giving them water and giving them food.
Well, there's more. If we had 70 turkeys, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like where we get them butchered, he raises turkeys for customers and for themselves, and he's got probably 100 to 150, and he's got these big feeders, huge feeders for them and waters.
Yeah, anyway. So we might try to do some of our chickens this year too, maybe. Maybe we'll take out some and do some so that we can kind of get the hang of it,
that'll be part of the
this.
Yeah, we want to try to get our own equipment to process our turkeys and chickens.
Mm-hmm.
We also want to try to get good, somewhat commercial equipment so that we can rent that equipment out to
Yeah,
people
for
in the
us to
area.
use, and when we're not using it, rent it out to other homesteaders that are doing the same thing, or farmers that are doing the same thing, because that stuff is expensive to buy. So why not,
Yeah,
loan it to homesteaders, or,
rent it out.
yeah, just so we can make some money off of that
Yeah.
too. And if somebody were to break a piece of your
Well,
equipment,
there'll be a deposit.
that kind of thing.
There'll be a
But
deposit, just that.
we want to invest in the equipment so that we can eventually do it ourselves, so we don't have to pay somebody to do it.
Right.
It'll be a lot
Eh,
cheaper.
well, that on top of that, the person that Granville Farms, poultry farms, he's an older gentleman.
Oh
He's
yeah,
probably going to be
retiring
retiring,
soon.
and um, and they were very nice people,
Mm-hmm.
very reasonable pricing, very quick. I had 50 birds up there one time, or no, 20, 30 some birds. 32 birds, I think, was up there. And he had them done in an hour, all of them done, cooked, bagged, ready to go home.
Yep.
So,
So, Mr. Jack, because we are doing all of those meat birds at once, he has some other projects going on. I don't know if he's taping any of them, but he's making another brooder for me so that our brooder that we have now for the meat birds is not big enough to put that many chicks in. So he made me another one. So we have two
yeah, I'll
brooders to
post that
split
video
them
in the
up.
corner. I already posted that
Oh,
video, so
okay.
I'll put it up here.
And when we get the turkeys too, and if they're, I don't know if they're going to be in there that long, that they would need to be
No,
separated
yeah,
probably. But we also have a little coop that we can put up on the deck that they can stay in too.
yeah, yeah.
But
It's our little, call it the kindergarten
yeah.
schoolhouse.
So the good news, I guess, for Mr. Jack is that I'm not buying any chickens or ducks this year.
Offline, or not offline, but from
From
out of,
yeah,
yeah,
to stores out of state. I'm
yeah.
going to try really hard not to at Tractor Supply.
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about the meat birds. No, the meat
No,
birds we're gonna order.
no, I'm talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
regular
yeah. Well,
chickens and
yeah,
ducks.
yeah. Okay.
But what I
Yeah.
was thinking to try to bring some money into the house was, if they do hatch out any chicks, that, or maybe even the incubator, um, and sell some chicks. If anybody is interested, or ducks.
Now I'm gonna tell you, they're not. There's not a specific breed.
Well, I would be able to, some of them I would be able to give you a specific.
Most of them are gonna be between.
Who are you talking about, the ducks or
No,
the
the
chickens?
chickens.
The chickens. The rooster that I have is a black copper Moran. If it was a female, this is the color egg. It's
Which
a
we
really
have.
dark brown. That's, I have a female. So if I incubate this, you're getting a full blooded black
If
copper
they made it,
Moran.
yeah.
Yeah, which they have.
Oh, okay.
But
All
so
the
I
other,
know that that would be, yeah, that
yeah,
would
the
be
other
the only
ones
one
is
that would be full.
coaches.
But I could probably tell you what half and half it is. Like the blue ones that I have, they're all Americanas. So, and the green that I have, they're all uh what were they called, those olive eggers that you got at Tractor
Oh, the
Supply? Starlight.
Star.
Okay. One of the things, again, it's on my wish list. It's been on my wish list the past 2 years, but it's not that important, so it hasn't been getting done. Is the rabbits.
Oh yeah, we've been.
I've been wanting
Yeah.
rabbits, and basically I want the rabbits as their manure for my garden. It's supposed to be the best manure for your garden. I do use my chicken, I do use my duck, but they have to sit for a whole year in the compost because that's a hot.
Oh.
So I want to get rabbits for the manure, for my garden. They are the only cold manure. I was trying to
Yeah,
think
it's
of a
not
good
hot.
word
Yeah, it's
to
not hot.
say.
It won't
A
burn.
cold manure that I can
Like,
put
yeah,
directly on the garden.
right. Soon
The
as it's
ducks and the chickens,
you
I
can't.
have to wait a year. It has to compost because it's hot,
Yeah,
and then I could put it in the following year.
right.
So I do want some rabbits eventually. It's just usually put on the back burner because we have
Yeah.
so many other things
Our
going
garden's quite
on.
huge too, by the way. We
Yes.
would need a lot of rabbits.
I'm not
gonna happen.
expanding this year. This is the first time in a
Yeah.
long time. We are doing a little bit of moving things around, but just like trellises and stuff.
Yeah.
But we're not doing any expanding.
That'll be another video.
What we will expand on is hopefully get some more fruit trees.
Yeah.
And plant some more fruit trees. I would like to plant as many as we possibly can for the future.
Yeah, and for raspberries.
Oh yes. Well, I have to replace some raspberries. I planted 6 and 3 worked and 3 did not. Or no, 3, 4, 5. I planted 5 and 3 worked and 2 did not.
Right.
So I have to get some more raspberries, but that was my favorite thing last year.
Go ahead in the fall. Yeah, the fall bearing ones. Well, they were really good. I want to get those one that Prigioni has. They're like they're almost orange, I guess. Mrs. Jack knows. So anyway.
Rabbits. I have a farm stand. I think we've mentioned it before. Right. Oh, we did just mention it. All the stuff that we usually have at the farm stand in the beginning of this video. So I'm hoping that in the garden, I'm going to focus on more things that I know people like the patty pan squash. As soon as I would put it out there, it would disappear. Zucchini, which everybody knows they grow a ridiculous amount of. That, you can only eat so much of that. And so I won't grow as much. But we enjoyed the zucchini. Yeah. We enjoyed the yellow squash. There ain't
nothing in the garden that we didn't
enjoy. No. So,
well, there was one thing, those purple beans, or no,
oh, you mean the noodle beans?
The noodle beans. We didn't.
I like the noodle beans fresh. I would never can them again. It's like a slimy texture when you can them. I didn't like them canned. No, I'm not growing them. I mean, I might back in the future. Maybe I'll grow them again because, to tell you the truth, my Louie, he loved noodle beans. I would throw him noodle beans out of my garden. So if our new supervisor Clyde likes beans, then I might have to grow them again so that he can have some noodle beans. So, but he will not be in my garden this year because he's a digger. I've taken him in my garden already a couple times, and he jumps right in the beds and starts digging. So he probably will not be in there this year till he calms down a little bit. Mr. Jack is hopefully going to put a roof on my chicken run. We've never had a roof on it, but the chickens end up going into the duck run because they had a big heavy tarp and they could get out of the rain under there. So instead of them going in there and eating all the ducks food and drinking the water and making a mess in the duck, we're gonna probably put a roof on the chicken run. We do have to replace the duck tarp that has lasted us several years, so we're gonna get a new one to put on the duck run. And the big thing that I'm super excited about that Mr. Jack and I are going to do this summer is we're going to put on a screened porch. We have a huge deck on the side of our house, well, actually right behind us. And we use this door here as our front door. It's not really our front door. We have a front door that's in our living room.
But this is the main,
we use this door.
Because the cottage garden is out front.
I mean, you can go in there. You can go through there and go through the front door, but we prefer to use this door because it's closer to all the stuff that we do out here. Plus, if we come in with dirty shoes, we can take our shoes off right here. You don't want them all over the place in your living room.
That still makes a mess.
it still makes a huge mess. And we don't really like bringing our boots in with chicken poop. If anybody has a farm, they know.
Or when
Um,
I'm out collecting
mud.
mud.
It's a muddy mess.
Yeah.
So we are going to screen in half of our deck so that it's kind of like a mud room too, where we can take our shoes off before we come into the house and bring any kind of germs in here. Um, and put a table and chairs out there so that we can sit out there and eat and not have to worry about bugs. And um, this kitchen, which by the way, don't mind, it's still under construction. I have half of the doors off of my cabinets. The molding is ripped off. We just got done putting a floor in, but we're going to be doing the molding in our cabinets
And the ceiling.
and the ceiling. Um, slowly but surely, every year we've been doing a little bit. We bought all new appliances last year for the kitchen, and then we got the floor, but we just put the floor in. So now we're doing cabinets, molding, and ceiling. But it would be nice if we had more cabinet space, and we really are lacking the cabinet space, especially because Mr. Jack and I, it would be nice for a young couple maybe, but Mr. Jack and I are older and we cook all three meals, like we're
Pretty
home
much.
most of the day, where we're cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I'm canning and he's doing the maple syrup, and I bake, and so we use a lot of equipment. Mr. Jack likes to collect kitchen gadgets.
Yeah, that's me.
So, I want to figure something out as far as storage is concerned in here. Once we have an eating area out there, hopefully we can.
Well, you can't eat out there in the wintertime.
Well, no, I mean, we still will be able to eat in here. I was thinking maybe if we put a nice big kitchen island in here or something coming out this way where we can sit at it and eat at it, plus use it as storage for the kitchen. I don't know. I'm throwing thoughts out there, but so we have a lot of work we still have to do, but I'm super excited about the screened in porch because this city girl does not like bugs at all.
They like her.
They love me. Yeah. They bite me. Mr. Jack laughs every summer at me.
Monster bug.
Because I get bit and I'm always like, great, it was a monster bug, and I swell up from it and he laughs. It's not funny.
It is funny. It's like a third eye that one time. It's like somebody tapped her and you got a little goof bump there.
I don't know what it is. If it's because I'm a redhead, I got sweet blood.
She's sweet.
But so this year, I feel like our goals or the things we want to achieve is less than it was last year. Last year we started with a whole bunch of new animals.
Yeah.
We did this whole big new part of the garden.
Cottage garden.
The cottage garden. Yep.
Yeah,
fruit trees.
Yeah, the bees, turkeys were new.
Yeah, that's right. And pigs
were new, so we were quite busy.
And we had all new babies. I had new baby chicks, new baby ducks.
Yeah.
We had a lot going on and a lot of things we did. So this year it shouldn't be as bad. But I'm sure
she'll have a honey-do list, which will be, if not bad, but longer. But that's okay. It keeps me busy.
Yeah. Yeah, otherwise he's pacing the floor.
Yeah, I'm always outdoors doing something.
But he's got a new best friend that follows him all around. Yeah. He's sitting over there next to him now.
Yeah, he's laying down, sleeping.
But he loves his daddy. So you'll be seeing the new supervisor probably a whole lot because he'll be with his daddy all the time.
I'll post a video that I did earlier. I'll put that video in here too. I got to figure out which two videos you guys might want to see. What was the first one? Was...
the brooder?
No, yeah, the brooder one, and then the one when we first picked him up. So But yeah, what's next on the
That's
list?
it.
No, you got the campers.
Oh, so another way we're thinking of another source of income. When we moved here, there were 5 campsites and
RV sites
RV sites, and um, we were renting. And
at the time.
at
Yeah.
the time,
So
yes,
the landlord had those.
he had them rented out to a bunch of the natural gas guys, and they were all fine. We actually, I would say there was only one person that was a problem, and it was a female. It was that female that
Yeah.
was there. She was had people coming and going,
Coming and going. Yeah.
if you know what I mean. But anyway,
Yeah.
we had a tenant, but last year were older, and last year they were having some medical issues, so they did not come
Yeah,
up.
and it was getting harder for them to drive the big dually with the
Yeah.
big,
So we
big
did lose
big
the
camper
tenant
trailer.
that we had.
Yeah.
So we
We
are
miss them very
advertising.
much
We do
too.
miss them.
Very nice people.
We're advertising to see if we can get anybody in here. I don't want anybody full time. I'm not looking for that kind of trouble and aggravation. So if people just want to come here for a night, for a week, for the month,
Yeah, just to get away
couple
for
of
a
months,
couple of months, whatever, we would be able to.
we can't have any
Yeah.
children here and no pets here, and that is only because one, insurance purposes, we have a pond out back, and two, the animal, no animals, because we have so many animals and we don't want any kind of confrontation or risking any of our animals being hurt or injured by another
Or
animal.
you guys or
Yeah.
whoever rents it, you know.
Right. And we do have insurance on our animals. So if God forbid something were to happen, we're insured.
Yeah. So yeah, spread the word.
Yeah. So we're trying this year. That is, we're trying to make some side money. We're not trying to do some big business or anything, but just some side money.
Yeah.
Our farm stand with the products that we make.
Yeah.
And then as far as like the campers and stuff like that. So
And that's all year too. It's not just the summer months. So
right.
Like I said, if you guys want to come check out our farm for a weekend or whatever, you got a camper and you're close by, come on down. Well,
it's quiet.
It's quiet.
We're
Very
out in the middle
quiet.
of nowhere.
Yeah. Off the main road.
You don't mind the rooster in the morning.
Yeah, chickens.
The ducks are on the pond, which would be right outside of your back door. They can get a little loud.
Yeah, they can.
They like to talk.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about all we got. That's it for our goals this year.
Mm-hmm. In the future, I can tell you this already. There's going to be a year where you're going to hear us talking about putting fencing up.
Yes.
And fencing meaning our whole front property.
Yeah. So
that's
leave it at that.
Yeah, that's several years ahead, because we have to get a barn. We got to build a barn or buy a barn.
You're giving it away. Now stop. And it's not a milk cow. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what we got for our goals.
Yeah, it should be stuff that we should be able to achieve, and if we don't, it's okay. Everything's a learning experience. Every year we're doing new things, trying new things, and
this is this now it's coming to Mrs. Jack stuff, her gardening and growing seeds and stuff like that. We're not professional videographers or anything, as you can tell.
Well, as you can tell, Mrs. Jack is usually not in the videos.
Yeah, she doesn't like to be videoed. Once in a while, this is what she likes to do.
I support Mr. Jack.
Yeah, and when she does do her video, she does it. She's behind the scenes. You hear her talking, narrating through it. You don't really see her face, which is okay. That's fine. But like I said, we're not.
I am about to start seeds.
Yeah,
I got my all my seed trays out, and the soil's in them. So probably tomorrow I'll start some seeds.
Yeah. So, and I got more maple trees or more maple syrup to make Saturday.
And he'll
Um,
wear his apron and his hat.
tomorrow I'll wear the apron and the hat. So you guys will see that video after this one is posted, I would imagine. So remember, you guys, have a blessed day and be kind to one another. We needed this day and age terrible, something fierce. You know, again, look at our videos. Like I said, we're not professionals like some people. They spend lots of money on cameras and that, and we don't do that. Our life is this. This is it.
Well, it's
You
just our
know,
journey on our
yeah,
homestead.
at our homestead, and we're not
And
trying
we
to.
use this to actually go back and look at
Yeah,
our own stuff so that we
yeah,
know how to do things, or
yeah,
what we forgot. And
yeah, or to look at things that what it used to look like then till
yeah,
now.
yeah, a lot
It's
different.
almost like our what do you call those books that you write in? A
You
journal. This
journal.
is our video journal too. So
Hmm.
I think that's all I got. I'm
Yeah,
rambling on. I'm tired. So hey
he's
guys,
tired.
have a nice night. Have a good day tomorrow. Be safe. And remember, be kind. We need a lot of it. See you in the next video.
Bye.